A couple of trigonometry problems from today. So problem number 20, I'm supposed to find these exact values without using a calculator. So number 20 is I'm supposed to find cosine of 7 pi. Now, I don't know off the top of my head what 7 pi is. Well, I mean, I do, but I'm not expecting you to right now. So I'm going to draw a unit circle. And I'm going to make my axis right there. And I know that this part right here is 0 and 2 pi. And I'll just label a couple of these points. That's pi over 2. This is pi. And this is 3 pi over 2. So if I want 7 pi, I'm going to go counterclockwise because it's a positive angle. I'm going to go once. That gives me 2 pi. And then I'll do it again for 4 pi. So I've gotten 4 pi. And then I'm going to go again for 6 pi. And then one more pi gives me 7 pi. So my angle 7 pi is right there. Well, I know what the coordinates of that point are. The coordinates of that point are -1, 0. And I'm trying to find cosine 7 pi. Well, I know that the cosine is the x value. So cosine 7 pi is equal to -1. Let's take a look at number 22. Number 22. I want cotangent 7 pi over 2. Now there's two things I need to know about this. Well, several things. First of all, I know I have sine, cosine, and tangent. And then I have cosecant, secant, and cotangent. And these are simply the reciprocal of these. So if tangent is equal to sine over cosine, cotangent is equal to, well, 1 over sine over cosine, which is the same as cosine over sine. So I got that straightened out. So now I need to find a 7 pi over 2. Well, okay, I'll draw myself a unit circle. And I'll put my axis in here. And I know I have, well, I didn't do this very well, 0, 0, 2 pi. That's that point right there. And I have pi over 2, pi, and 3 pi over 2. So since I'm looking for 7 pi over 2, I decided to just mark the points on my unit circle where I have some form of pi over 2. So if I start here at 0, and I go, I have 1 pi over 2, 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 4 pi over 2, back to where I started. 5 pi over 2, 6 pi over 2, 7 pi over 2. This is where I want to be. 7 pi over 2, very similar angle to 3 pi over 2. The coordinates of 3 pi over 2 are 0, -1. Cosine is my x value. Sine is my y value. I want cosine over sine. That is 0 over -1. Cotangent of 7 pi over 2, cotangent 7 pi over 2 is equal to 0. Let's take a look at number 26. 26 says, I want sine of -3 pi. Well, okay, how about if I draw a unit circle. Here's my axis, and I know that this is 0 and 2 pi, and this is pi over 2, and this is pi, and this is 3 pi over 2. And I want negative 3 pi. That means my angle has to be going this direction, clockwise. So, here is negative 1 pi. Here is negative 2 pi. And here is negative 3 pi. That is same as, so negative 3 pi is pretty much the same location as pi. Not the same angle, but it's the same location. And I know that my coordinates of that spot right here are negative 1, comma 0. Well, I'm looking for sine of negative 3 pi, and sine is the y value. So sine of negative 3 pi is equal to 0. Let's do one more. We'll do problem number 52. And this one's going to involve all 6 trigonometric functions. So number 52 is, I want all 6 trigonometric functions of the angle 13 pi over 6. So again, I'll start with my unit circle. And I know that this is 0 and 2 pi. I know that this is pi over 2. This is pi, and this is 3 pi over 2. And I'm looking for 13 pi over 6. So I might decide to divide this up into sixths. So let's do that. This is my pi over 6. This is my pi over 3, which is 2 pi over 6. This is my 2 pi over 3. This is my 5 pi over 6. This would be 4 pi over 3. This would be, oh, come on, bud, you can do this. No, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. That is not 4 pi over 3. Don't do that. This is 6 pi over 6. This is 7 pi over 6. This here is 8 pi over 6, which is 4 pi over 3. 9 pi over 6. 10 pi over 6, which is 5 pi over 3. And then 11 pi over 6. I'm looking for 13 pi over 6. Well, I can see I have to go, one thing I can do right here is I can see that 6 into 13, so if I divide 6 into 13, I get 2 and a remainder of 1/6. Well, that means I'm going to go around one time to get 2 pi, or 12 pi over 6, and then I'm going to go a little bit more right here to get 13 pi over 6. Well, what are the coordinates of 13 pi over 6? The coordinates of 13 pi over 6 are radical 3 over 2 and 1/2. My x value has gone out this far. My y value has gone up this far. You can see my 30, 60, 90 right triangle. I can see that my small side, my sine, is 1/2, and my long side is my cosine. It's going to be radical 3 over 2. So let's get the 6 trigonometric functions. Let's do it. If I know that my points are radical 3 over 2 and 1/2. So I have radical 3 over 2 and 1/2. Those are my coordinate points. So sine 13 pi over 6 is equal to 1/2. Just my y value right there. Cosine 13 pi over 6 is radical 3 over 2. Tangent 13 pi over 6, well, that is 1/2, 1/2 over radical 3 over 2. So let's multiply my numerator and my denominator by the reciprocal of my denominator. 2 over radical 3 times 2 over radical 3. That cancels out. That is equal to 2. Oh, wait, we can cancel out the 2's here, can't we? I think we should do that. Let's cancel out the 2's. That's equal to 1 over radical 3. I need to get rid of the radical in my denominator, so multiply the top and the bottom by radical 3 over radical 3, and I wind up with radical 3 over 3. That is tangent 13 pi over 6. So let's see if we can't easily do our reciprocals. The reciprocal of sine is cosecant, CSC, cosecant. The reciprocal of 1/2, cosecant 13 pi over 6, the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. I just flip it upside down. Secant 13 pi over 6 is the reciprocal of radical 3 over 2, which is 2 over radical 3. Except now I need to get rid of my radical in the denominator, so I'm going to multiply by radical 3 and radical 3, and that gives me 2 radical 3 over 3. That is cosecant, that is secant of 13 pi over 2. And then tangent, I came over, this was my tangent. I want to do cotangent, it's just the reciprocal of that. So instead of radical 3 over 3, I have 3 over radical 3, and I will get rid of my radical in the denominator by multiplying it, and I'm going to wind up with 3 radical 3 over 3, and the 3's cancel out. So my cotangent, 13 pi over 6, is equal to simply radical 3.